Welcome to Tactical Reviews, and today we're looking at a brand that I've not personally had use of before, from the Czech Republic, called Acta non-Verba. And in this video we're looking at the M200 Hard Task model. So before we get on to all of the detailed measurements, just have a quick look at how the knife arrives. So very well protected with the foam padding, and we have a little raised sort of bubble sticker, and the hard task itself. Let's get this box out of the way. So as we start to have a closer look around the Acta non-Verba Hard Task M200 in Kydex sheath, so we can see it's a reasonably broad sheath here and comes fitted with two molly type fittings. I'll check the spacing of those on a mount a bit later. Of course those can be used for belt mounting as well, and being bolted on, it's something that you could just swap out, change for something that you want yourself. Absolutely no nonsense drainage hole for the tip of the knife. Quite often you see much smaller drainage holes, but here nice easy flow out. And even before we start taking a closer look at the knife, we can see quite a distinctive handle shape with milled G10, I assume, scales, and really nice 3D shaping, palm swell. Okay, and let's see the knife for the first time. So the nice distinctive Acta non-Verba logo. More information on the other side. So we can see it's Sharpness steel. And the sharpening choil, which is enlarged, has got nice sharp edges on it for use with a file steel. Good first finger grip groove, and good jimping on the top of the spine here for a really firm grip. And this is where you really start to feel how that grip shape just sits in the hand. Extremely comfortable and secure. So I have to try and catch the light in the video to show some of the geometry of the blade. as we look in the technical measurements, we'll confirm. First glance, it looks like a flat grind. Okay, let's just zoom in a bit to have a closer look at some more of those details. Okay, so the idea here is that we're zoomed quite close in to really see all the smaller details, and first impressions, really lovely build quality. Fit and finish is excellent. So turn that round, so you can see it's telling you to use that for a fire steel. So we can see with the 3D milling on the grip, the grooves leave us with a really positive grip surface. A lot of shaping in the grip, so narrower here, nice and wide for a palm swell, narrowing down again with a swell to prevent the hand slipping off the end of the grip. All sitting perfectly close to the full tang. 2 bolts holding the grips on. Lanyard hole. No striking surface, which is no bad thing from my point of view. The jimping is deep, but there's no sharp edges on this, so there's plenty of grip, but it's not really abrasive. Enough of a finger guard with the finger groove, so there's no movement. Just looking at the geometry of the blade grind. Hopefully the reflections show. So we've got the flat here with the flat grind. Let's move back to the sheath while we're close in. So we have these sort of plastic rubber type molly straps bolted on. Oops. So hollow rivets, a drainage hole, several mounting positions. If we look inside the mouth of the Kydex, not sure if you can see, we've just got where the moulding has gone over the grooves of the handle scales, we've actually got those grooves showing. And as it goes in, we do get a little bit of a clicking from those grooves. So the fit of the kydex is nice and close. Don't have any sort of flaring, wider lips on the kydex, but we don't need that. So knife inserts, and the shaping of the front of the handle, which is ergonomic, but also leads that into the kydex. So keeps it low profile, neat and functioning perfectly. So the next part of the video we'll go through the detailed technical specifications and measurements. So in this section we're going to go through the detailed technical measurements for the Acta Verba or ANV Hard Task M200 model. First up, the full weight with sheath. 423.35 grams. We'll do the weight of just the knife. $320.1 grams. So overall length in sheath. It's 275 millimeters. The width of the sheath has to include the molly straps, so let's call that around 100 millimeters. So, sheath width. So if I just take the kydex, it's 22.3 millimeters, and this is a bit by eye. The molly and to the front of the kydex is 29.7 millimeters. Sheath to one side, and now we're going to do the length of just the knife, and that is 265 millimeters. Blade length, so from the front of the handle. And that is 131 millimeters. So we have a nice profiling of the handle. So we've definitely got a widest part, (26.4 millimeters). Handle depth, especially with this curve, a little bit difficult to pick a maximum, but let's just see at the curve, 32.9, but it's a bit wider here. So maximum 36.9. So now we're going to check where the balance point is. Better take the lanyard off for this. So it's only the lightest of touch with my finger. Which gives us 162 millimeters from the tip for the balance point. Blade thickness, (5 millimeters). And the grind is flat grind. Grind length, (24.4 millimeters). And at the same point, the maximum blade depth is 35.7 millimeters. Okay, so I'm going to check that primary bevel angle. Okay. And that gives us 10 degrees and 14 minutes. 10 degrees, 14 minutes. So now we'll have a look at the factory edge bevel. So really just looking at the actual final edge grind. Unfortunately this won't be visible in the video, but this is a laser edge bevel protractor. So the right hand factory edge is 24 degrees and the left hand is 22 degrees. So 24 and 22 degrees. Point angle. Is 53 degrees. Thickness behind the edge. .74 millimeters. And we have a rake measurement. The handle is effectively curved. We have a change of angle here. So there's a variety of angle changes. What I'm going to have to do is take something like the bolt positions to give an estimate of rake. Obviously depending on the exact position along the handle, that is variable. So I'm going to take that sort of mid rake angle. Which gives us an estimate of about 10 degrees rake. Just out of interest, if I took a maximum, that's actually about 25 degrees at the butt of the handle. And the last part here is the factory edge sharpness measurements. So center, .376, heel of the blade, 400, finally tip. $590. So that's the detailed technical measurements for the Acta Verba Hard Task M200. Thanks for joining me, and remember, get informed, be prepared, stay sharp.